Hi there, Igor Pechkovskyi is here with Windermere Bellevue Comments, your trusted real estate advisor on the Eastside, Bellevue, and Seattle area. Today we got August market update, another one. A lot of good information for you as the summer been extremely hot up to date. The market started cooling off a little bit, which is awesome news. Or is it cooling off a little bit? Let's find out. A lot of good slides, good information for you. I got some awesome historic data as well to show, so stay tuned, buckle up, get some popcorn, and enjoy the video. Here we go. Well, let's try to get through numbers really fast, and we'll start with Seattle and get this out of the way here. So let's look at inventory. Seattle inventory still short. 0.7 of a month is extremely short. The balance market starts somewhere around 3.5, 4 months. We're always been in seller's market. So 0.7 months, it's very little inventory. Median price, $896, 11% increase since the last year, still expensive, nowhere close to be affordable by affordability measures, but not as expensive as the east side, but $896 for the median. And check this out, what we've got here. So June to July, offer above asking price in June, 58%, in July, 53%. Is it dramatic change, drop in half, or no? But still, 5% less activity, less over asking. People don't want to bid as much over asking as they used to the previous months, which all the months prior were more. So good trend. Average days in market still 6. Still a hot market in Seattle. Median difference price from the list price still 10% that you'd probably have to go over to get a property. And 95% of them sell in 2 weeks or above. So very hot market. There is a trend to be a little bit, less hot, but still hot. Let's look at some historic data. So every year prior, if we look at historic data, when people ask me like, Igor, summer is really busy. Summer is actually a slower time of the year for real estate than the spring is. Because as you could see here, Q1 and Q2 start in January to June. The market, and this is historic data from 2011 to 2020, the market usually has its most equity gaining months in the springtime. So winter, Q1, Q2, market in Seattle been moving on average 10% in those time of the year. And usually the second half of the year, the market would only pick up another 3% historically. That's what we have here. Or are we? Because the question is, there is a lot of news, Delta variant, there are a lot of things in the background that who knows what will happen. We may need wear masks again, maybe the third shot of vaccine is needed, all of that stuff. But overall, in every year, usually you have a really busy market in spring. Coming to August, people take some vacation, taking it easy, going back, out of town. September is kind of busy, and then we're heading into the winter market, which, as you see, Q3 and Q4, there is less buyers, but there is less inventory because people usually don't want to move during the winter market time. So historically in Seattle, the market during the Q3, Q4 was down 3%, which is amazing. Can you believe it? Down 3%, not upwards. That's my update on Seattle. Let's look into the east side. So the east side, what had happened over the course of the last month? So the inventory 0.4, miserable, tiny, small, short. I don't know what else to say. Not enough homes, 5 houses on the market. Like, it's very low. So median price 1.3 mil. 1.3 mil on the east side. Ouch, that's expensive. 32% increase year over year. We talked about that in the previous months. Not much had changed. So let's look into above asking. June, 78%. July, 73%. I think it's exact 5% that dropped off. So the trend is less hot. I don't know, warmer, but not as hot. So less amount of offers, whatever you name it. We have the average days in market still 5 days, and the median difference from the list price 13%. Last month's 14%. So activity decreased, not significantly, but it decreased. It'd be really interesting to see how the August will be, because those are numbers for July, because August is not over. But I could tell you, it's a little bit slower, which is really good. So the historic data for the East Side, 11 to 2020, I know this is written by hand, but still, you could see that Q1, Q2, same thing, springtime hot, up 7.6% on average. And we have the Q3 to Q4 up 1.21% compared to Seattle being -3. So still going up, but at a slower pace. Less competition, but less inventory. Should you wait? Absolutely not. Look at the cost of waiting. This one blew my mind. July 21 to July 2020, even that interest rate are fairly similar. Now we got a better interest rate, but last July when Fed came out, they dropped interest rate, but still it's around 3%. The price that moved, $1,258 a month. $1,258 a month. Wow. Guys, so what can I say to sum those slides up about the market today? As you see, the second half of the year is a little bit slower. There are some heat waves. There are some uncertainty a little bit on the market with COVID. You know, usually I see that everyone rushes to buy a house at the same time and everyone pulls back at the same time. So if you want to make move, you want to try to do the opposite, right? I mean, the prices had moved. So it's not like you made a bad decision when you bought in March, because now there is a new price, 7-8% higher than it was 6 months ago or 5 months ago. But there is less competition today and usually in the winter time. So we had seen prices, reduced. We had seen things not sell right away in some houses, but good stuff still sells pretty fast. Good stuff still goes over asking. And you ask every buyer, hey, do you want to buy any property or really awesome one? Well, everyone wants to buy a really awesome one, right? So I think the timing is a lot better. I think that reduced competition is nicer. Not as many folks want to go to 100K over asking, which was absolutely crazy. So if you were looking and if you were thinking, I'd say instead of waiting until next year, look this winter. I think market is in a good spot. Interest rates are still low and we'll see what happens. But that's an update for you. Guys, here's my market update for you. I think that, as I said, timing is pretty good. I'll get out there, see what you can be approved for, reach out to us. I'll finish this video with only 4 interesting news articles. Why had the prices moved so much? Because Amazon investment in Washington outpaced every other state, and it's not even close. In the last 10 years, those historic data that I shared, they invested $130 billion into Washington state's economy, and that's a lot of money. And they keep investing. They're moving on the east side, as there is no surprise to you all. This one is kind of fun. Bellevue penthouse sale sets Pacific Northwest price record, $8 million for the penthouse. $8 million. Wow. I don't want to see that one. This one I liked. TaxBit becomes Seattle's latest unicorn after $130 million funding round. I always mention those companies. There are a lot of them besides all the big boys you know. TaxBit, they do accounting software for Bitcoin. I'm not a Bitcoin buyer really, but what a smart idea. If you got some Bitcoin, you got to have some tax solution, tax software, and probably your QuickBooks won't cut it. So pretty cool. Another startup, 130 million funding round. What a way to go. And my next and favorite, Vulcan expands into Bellred Corridor buys multifamily development project. So Vulcan is the company child of Paul Allen that passed away a few years ago. They were the ones that redeveloped the South Lake Union area. That's where Amazon is. They changed that from industrial of what it used to be to what it is there today. And they're going into change probably a few properties in the Bellred corridor where the Sprint District is in Bellevue, where Facebook moved in, and they will keep developing that part of the city. And they're gonna put another apartment community in there. There are a lot of things going on over there. That's all I've got for you. This is my update, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Pretty quick, sweet, and short. Reach out. We're here working nonstop to serve your needs. Igor Pechkovskyi, Windermere Bellevue Commons, your trusted real estate advisor. Subscribe, like, whatever the pop buttons are. My number somewhere here. Talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.